Oklahoma Youth Expo today is the world's largest junior livestock show. Each year we hope to have over 13,000 animals exhibited by 7,000 kids. We're also teaching kids about agriculture, producing food for the world. The show was started in 1915. At the time, it was founded and called the American Southwest Livestock Show. The main purpose of the show was to get farmers and ranchers from across the state and the country to come and see what the ideal beef animal was, because they didn't have Facebook and Twitter, they didn't have TVs. Plus, we can draw Oklahomans into Oklahoma City, because back then, that might be the only trip to Oklahoma City some people in the rural areas made.
Now, at that time, the show was all held in the stockyards with the premium auction in the Coliseum.
Back then, they didn't have heat, they didn't have air conditioning.
Most of the agents and the exhibitors themselves slept in the barns with their animals.
The show underwent its first change in 1930 when a fire destroyed the Coliseum. With limited space, a junior show was held in place of the adult show in 1931. It has remained a junior show ever since, with the name of the show eventually changing to the 4-H and FFA Junior Livestock Show. The show in Oklahoma City was started by the Oklahoma City Chamber. Back then, almost everybody involved was either one generation or less removed from the farm.
As we get into that generation removal of the farm and less young people all the time that can go to grandma and grandpa's house and see the food and fiber system of this country, to have this understanding of the importance of animal agriculture will be a long-term benefit.
We need young people that know how to raise food because we all want to eat. In the 1942 shows, the focus of the show was Food for Victory. And it was more about donating food to soldiers for the war, and then encouraging young people to stay involved in agriculture and production agriculture so that we could feed the soldiers. The Sirloin Club of Oklahoma was formed by a group of prominent businessmen in 1952 to supplement the premiums and bonuses at the sale. If the premium sells good, more kids are going to come and be a part of it, so more people are going to come to Oklahoma City. Our economic impact on Oklahoma City over the 10-day period is close to $25 million now. With each passing year, the show continued to grow until it became too large for the Coliseum, so it was moved to the State Fairgrounds in 1958.
It was 1960 whenever I had my grand steer. At the time, well, he brought $3.45 a pound. He weighed 945 pounds. Last year, I think it brought 85 or 90,000, and they're talking about, this year bringing 100,000.
In 1965, the Oklahoma 4-H and FFA Junior Livestock Show celebrated their 50th anniversary. Over the 50-year period of the show to that point, they had handed out $2 million. And just to put that in perspective, this year we will hand out $2 million for the 2015 show alone. The 1980s were a challenging time for agriculture and for Oklahoma. There was the oil bust and agricultural markets weakened. Through all this, the livestock show continued to thrive with record numbers of both animals and exhibitors. The show underwent another change in 1994 when the show was held in conjunction with the Spring Fair, a smaller version of the State Fair with a more prominent focus on agriculture.
That only lasted just a few years. It wasn't successful.
So consequently, we came in and started trying to make it not only good, but make it a lot better than it was.
And the show officially became the Oklahoma Youth Expo in 2002.
Well, the Oklahoma Youth Expo is a training grounds for young people to teach them the work ethic and teach them good values out of life.
When you sit back and you think about the 100-year history of the Oklahoma Youth Expo, and you think about the number of lives it's changed and what it's done for the young people, it's very humbling and it gets you really emotional.
Well, my family's been farming in Oklahoma ever since the land rush, so it's been kind of something that we've built on generation after generation.
It involves your family. I'm just proud that my kids and my grandkids were able to participate. It's something that they will cherish all their life.
I think it's important to try to achieve excellence, and here you can come and compete at the very highest levels.
Many of my role models have shown at OYE. My grandpa Rick is one, and it's a tradition for our family.
There's no doubt in my mind our state is a better place because the Oklahoma Youth Expo has been here in the last 100 years.
That's what's so special about it, is just to think back from where it came, and then you wonder what will the next 100 years bring,
Agriculture's stronger because the kids we've taught about ag, the kids are better kids, our state's a better state. Our state has to have the Oklahoma Youth Expo the next 100 years. We have to get stronger, we have to get bigger, we have to get more kids involved because the future of our country, our state depends on it.